That's good. Weaver, I see you.
I need a match to burn this jersey, man. That was just terrible. Embarrassing.
Trust me, you're not alone.
God.
So
You're certainly not alone. Chikwem, you want to burn your jersey too?
no, not yet. I'm not going to throw in the towel just soon. You know, it's just words cannot describe right now. You know.
What the heck went wrong, man?
They thought they had it in the bag.
At 30 minutes, man, 30 minutes, 4-0 up. I'm an Arsenal fan, so this brings back memories of Arsenal Newcastle.
Yeah.
Oh my God! At 4-0, I was like, okay, it's Sierra Leone. It's going to end 8. Maybe they'll get 1, but I
actually had a friend who was texting me at halftime saying, "We've scored 4. There's 4 more to come." I'm like, no, these guys have tightened up. I don't think it's going to be another 4, but he was right. There was 4 more.
Yeah.
It just came from the wrong side. Malik.
Sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening.
Evening. What? Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm not happy, sir.
Movie.
I'm not happy. I'm so disappointed. Do you know that this Nigeria Super Eagles team entirely, the market value is $2.40-something million, while the Sierra Leone total team is $7.something million? Just imagine the difference.
No money they play ball now.
Oh, may God help us.
Chukwu, what do you think went wrong, to be honest?
First quarter, first half, pretty good. The defense was very coordinated, and I'd say a little lackluster with the midfield, but as the moment went on, they put everything together. I'll just say they had it. They were very complacent, They thought they had it in their bag, and they all. And I think the coaches, his substitutions were just, too early to be called for,
Yeah, I don't think it was this. I don't think it was the subs. I think they just got complacent. I mean, like they were leading 4-0, and then they thought, okay, this was easy pickings, and they just slowed down. I mean, if you Hitare, go ahead. What do you think?
Okay, for me, it was an abysmal performance in the second half. Very abysmal. I've never been so angry with a Super Eagles team like this before. So we're leading 4-0, and this happened. I have so many things to say, so many things to blame, but my head is just blank from this game.
Start from the first one. Maybe if you start from the first one, the others will join in. Or okay, let's give you a chance to sort of gather your thoughts. Oniche, Ogu.
Yeah. Hi, Colin.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, the performance was definitely abysmal. I think our defense, we've never gotten it right. Because even a couple of days ago, I was watching clips from our 94 World Cup, and you see that little defensive mistake has kept on occurring over the years. And I think our coach has to play to our strength, really. I don't know why he can't switch things up. Why not play 3 at the back? And the only time we did that in the friendly against Argentina in the warm-up to the World Cup, you saw the outcome, how well we played. If you choke the midfield, we have very good midfielders. We've always produced a lot of good midfielders, and you can either play 2 up front. Don't leave Osimhen isolated up front, even though we created a lot of chance, because Sierra Leone is really a poor team. But imagine if we come against the big wigs, like let's say Senegal or Algeria now in Africa. The biggest wigs who defend
we did play Algeria just
get very exposed.
We played Algeria recently.
Sorry?
I said we played Algeria in the last friendly.
Yeah, we did. But you saw what they did to us at the last Nations Cup. How we got exposed. And even the likes of Senegal, people that have like really good front lines, they would expose us because we don't really have that coordination in defense. So he should try and switch things up. He should try to play 3 with the wing backs and choke the midfield up. That could help, but he doesn't really have like a fallback option. You see, he just does that 4-3-3, even though you see that the team is in the ascendancy. Sierra Leone were on the ascendancy, and he couldn't even switch things up a bit to shore the defense. I don't know. I think there has to be a plan B, some way.
David.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Great to be joining you. Wow, what a performance. Well, I would say a little bit of complacency or huge complacency in that second half. We've seen teams throw away 2-goal, 3-goal, or 4-goal leads before, and this just came right back at Nigeria. Then that complacency that crept in, could it have been the weather that has affected the guys? The temperature in Benin, very hot, about 32 degrees Celsius. But those are just excuses I can
How can you say
make up for the
temperature when
team.
the game was played in the evening? I mean, 5 p.m. And by the time, in fact, it was even getting dark. The corner side, you could barely see anything. Maybe it was because there was no light and they couldn't see very well.
Maybe that has got the guys cracking. I said maybe a little bit of an excuse there for the team, but you cannot help but really hammer them for throwing away a 4-goal lead. The level which they showed in that first half, they didn't even get up to scratch into that level in the second period. And the coach would be really
So Collins, I invited Emma Fofana from Sierra Leone so she could kind of laugh.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Oh, when I saw Emma, I thought it was okay. You know what, guys?
She's in Freetown.
Sierra Leone. I was going to go to Kunle, but since we have Kunle, I'm going to come to you.
Okay,
we go to the Sierra Leonean and let's hear what she has to say. Okay, Emma, I would like you to please put your video on. Thank you.
Sorry. Hey.
Yeah, I'm sure you're delighted. Tell me how you went from feeling like you want to bury yourself in a hole, and then next thing you know, you're
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
We can hear you.
Well, we are very excited in Freetown at the moment.
I can imagine.
So I was saying, I need to be hospitable to the Nigerian team when they come, and they almost killed me. I said, no, you cannot be hospitable to nobody. How are you guys?
You know look, I was very disappointed. One, I think we started well, but I think from the beginning I was already seeing the impact of not having Indeed in the team. That was already there. I think a table for all is decision making not the best. It doesn't make great decisions. I think that showed. If we had Indeed, maybe some of the goals considered would not have happened. Number two, I think second half, I understand how angry people are, but if you look at the team, it's essentially a very new team. Some of these guys have never played for Nigeria at this level before. I mean, there are about 4 or 5 guys there. This is the first time they're playing at this kind of level for Nigeria. So we can understand that, and of course, people like Musa had already come out of the team. There was no real leadership on that pitch at that time. But what happened to the defense? I mean, I don't understand why Koguna was starting in center half today.
Koguna was a right back.
Was it right back or was
it was a right back?
It was a right back. Okay, but even then, I mean, there was no chemistry in that back four. It was too new for this kind of match. So even if you have that and you have a match where you are leading 4-1, I think Raw was too quick to revert back to form and put in. I mean, he had this skill.
In Nigeria, we should not go from 4-0 to 4-4.
Yeah, but in first place, I mean, it all happened by how you react. By leaving Osimhen in the front and kind of going back to that kind of hitting the ball to Osimhen all the time. We got to 4-4 because we were playing the way we know how to play. We had Musa. The front four were really kind of moving very quickly and passing. That's how we know how to play. But once we start having this, I mean, not against Sierra Leone. We shouldn't be playing that way against Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is not a team. I mean, if we're playing that way against Argentina, I can understand. But against Sierra Leone, we shouldn't be playing, looping the ball from the back. So I mean, that was inviting pressure. And then Sierra Leone brought a couple of people in who could really kind of exploit those weaknesses, and that's what happened. And then before we know it, we didn't know what to do. Unfortunately, like I said, because some of these guys lack experience, I mean, left back, I forgot his name. I mean, they lost composure. And all of a sudden, we found ourselves where we were.
Okay, Mr. Dolly.
Colin.
Yes.
Colin. Okay, I've regained my thoughts now, so I'm a little.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yes. From what I will notice is
that mean NEPA take life for your side too.
No, in fact, I have to go through your own Twitter page to watch the game from Bein Sports, and that's the condition we find ourselves in the country now. But if you look at from the first goal, it came from the wing. The second, also from the wing, with that crossing, which Semi Ajayi failed to pick up. Then you look at the same with the third. I think the third also came from there, where they drifted to the middle. It means that our right back and left back were also sleeping. So the defense was down. I want to put some blame. First of all, I was not happy with the pitch. I'm not in the stadium to notice that, but I saw how it was a little bit bumpy. I was expecting a surprise in the game because that's the first time the team was playing in that stadium. So it looks more like playing home away from playing. You're at home, but it seems you are playing away. So to some extent, I might not blame the players. But for the coach again, he failed to put in that motivation to the players. He could not motivate them enough. And if you notice, we could barely get a shot at goal. See, they've equalized. That was shocking. And again, we were not physical. It's so surprising that the Sierra Leoneans bested us in physicality. So it's so surprising. But I won't be so surprised if we go to Sierra Leone or if we go to Freetown and pull an away win. I won't be surprised because Nigeria, when you don't expect them to put up something nice, they tend to surprise you. We'll be given a surprise this evening. So I hope to see, again, when we play in Freetown, I hope to also see another surprise.
Okay. Before Samuel, Sanis, I was going to come to you, but before I do, let me ask Emma to respond to that because she's Sierra Leonean. So do you think that there's a chance that you guys will let this go? I mean, you've had a great result in Nigeria. So do you think you lose to Nigeria and Sierra Leone? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Emma.
No, I said it will definitely be a spirited, show up at the stadium. And we hope that they will be less careless in the beginning. So the momentum.
I can actually see, not here, I can see and hear the smile in your voice. Like, it looks like you're going to get some drinks tonight.
Yeah, I'm about to actually head out to meet some people for drinks.
I'm a prophet.
Oh, I don't even know where to start. I'm so hungry right now. I haven't slept in about 17 hours because I want to watch this game. I came from work. I was expecting a fantastic result, but yeah, I am. I cannot even sleep. You can see my eyes. Genadra got it wrong today. I don't know why he changed Balogun for Semi Ajayi in the first place.
Balogun looked like he was tired. He was, I think he was almost injured when he went for that challenge. So maybe that's why.
But you could see that at least he was doing a perfect job. Semi did not do anything when he came on. And again, Aribo, he was lost today. Maybe because of the pitch, maybe because he's not used to the pitch. He was passing backwards. And that was not Aribo that I know. He never played like that for Rangers. So Aribo should not even have been on the pitch during the second half. It should have been taken off. And, like the earlier guy said, I don't know what happened. There were just, there was no, I don't even know how to explain what happened. That was not what I was expecting. The pitch was too dry, and the guys were just playing like they're playing like a pickup game. It wasn't. There was no
urgency, no fire,
no
passion,
urgency,
right?
no. They were just playing for fun.
No, but I think that what happened was, like I said, they went ahead 4-0, and then all of a sudden they felt, okay, job done. So they kind of put
but we all know that is not football. You have to play till the final whistle, and they were not doing that.
Of course.
Okay, let me take Sierra Leone for crying out loud. No disrespect to the Sierra Leoneans, right? But this is Sierra Leone, and this was in Nigeria, coming from a 4-0 down to tie a game. It's like it is a loss to us. A win for them.
True. Okay. Let me go to Dolapo now. Where is he?
What's up?
Okay, there you go. All right.
You doing, hey guys?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, that was a shocker, basically. I think in the chat I had with you earlier, I was already complaining. I had a problem with the pitch. It was
Oh,
horrible.
by the way, he's the one who said there was going to be 4 more goals. He just didn't specify which side the 4 goals were going to come from.
At least I got that prediction right. I just didn't see it happening at that end, But it was very disappointing, quite frankly. I felt that the team became disjointed as soon as we got in the second half. Obviously, the Sierra Leoneans were, they were playing for pride. They wanted to get something out of the game. But they brought the game to us and we didn't respond, basically. Our midfield lost its shape. The passes became more errant. Touches in the final third were just not there. And then the mistakes at the back. It seemed as if we couldn't deal with any crosses into the box. We just couldn't handle it, which was shocking for.
Which is surprising because we have 3 players and who are usually very good at aerial challenges. William Ekong can head the ball, Balogun can head the ball, Shemi Ajayi can head the football. So I'm not sure. I mean, like it was almost like somebody switched off the header in their PS. Somebody switched off the header.
The functionality, I mean, it was exactly. The way they were just standing like grounded. They were not challenging. They were not attacking the ball. The goalie was expecting them to attack the ball. They went. The ball came into the box. Easy goals. I mean, at this level, we should not be considering those kind of goals if we're serious. But kudos to the Sierra Leone team. They never let up. And once they got the second goal, you could just tell they smelled blood. They probably saw us a little bit shaking up. We were not composed at all in trying to come back. Interestingly, a friend of mine, when I told him that the scores was 4-1 and that we were going to score at least another 3 goals or something, he was like, oh, this game is going to end 4-3. Should be it's Nigeria. And I said, nah, but I guess it was almost right. For me, the coach has a lot of blame in this game. He didn't manage it well, and to your point, I saw a bit of complacency on the side of the lads when they were up 4-0, thinking it was game over, and their heads dropped a bit. But this is where management comes in. You've got to keep those boys keen. You've got to keep them hungry. You got to make sure you maintain your shape, especially when you see how these guys were coming from the way.
That surprised me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll come back to you. Let me go to Chukwemeka. You can unmute now. Oh, Chukwebuka, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think maybe the 4-4 is confusing me.
Hello, everyone. First of all, some of the guys that have spoken, with due respect, we're just giving excuses, excuses. We've been doing this for so many years now, like uncountable years. I have a few points. First of all, the pitch. How many years are we going to talk about our pitches? Poor. Some of these guys are not used to playing in these pitches. That's already a disadvantage to some of our players.
Hello, just hold on. When this person is done talking, I'll come to you.
Okay. Secondly, we lost. We lost this game, guys. We lost. I feel like I lost this game. You leading 4-0, in 30 minutes, and then, at the end, 4-4. It's like a loss to me. Another thing, the fact that Nigerians back home were not able to watch this match, because I was following on Twitter, some people were not able to watch. That's another disappointment. I was able to hook up in being USA here in London. Mm-hmm. Then the coach, I think this coach should go. I think his time is up. We need a younger coach, a more hungry coach that the players can relate with. Our team right now, okay, yeah.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
I think the coach should go now because I'm not looking forward to what he will say after this game because this is the height of it to me.
First of all, let's talk about our coach. I watched the 2 previous friendlies, the one against Algeria and the one against Tunisia. Akpoguma, I like that guy, the whole firm guy. But come on, how can you play Akpoguma first of all as a right back when you have Tyron and Ola Aino on the bench? That's the first one. The second one, Colin. Ahmed Musa, I really don't know the level of his fitness. I am aware that he has no club. And the guy was just misplacing passes for it didn't take me up to 17 minutes for me to know that no, Ahmed Musa shouldn't even play this game. That's just the truth. The third one, I really don't know. Our defense line, apart from this guy, the guy that was playing the left back. I really don't know. I really don't know his name now. Sanusi.
Zaidu Sanusi.
Zaidu Sanusi. Apart from that guy who actually looked sharp, the rest of the back line, I don't know. So sloppy. One speaker talked about the dryness of the pitch. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, one speaker talked about the dryness of the pitch. That was actually one thing I noticed when the match started. I kept on saying it when we were watching it. I was like, this match, this field looks so dry, and I don't know. It's likely going to affect our play. Second half for me, I saw some guys who were very, very tired, who looked tired even before the first half ended. For me, I didn't think Joe Aribo should have started the second half. So also with Alex Iwobi, I knew he was trying to. Alex Iwobi was playing his best, but he looked tired too. So this whole thing, how do you explain that against Sierra Leone of all countries, you go up 4-0 and then the game ends 4-4? I don't know the catastrophe this is going to do to our ranking, our rating now. I really don't know. Our FIFA ranking, I really, really don't know. But let's just hope that for the second leg, we come out smoky.
Okay, Pajay, I know. Yeah. Go ahead. I know you've been. Yeah, but you do your own kind.
I'm steaming mad. But here's my problem. Let's forget about the game for a second. When they started and they scored 4 goals, I said, all the goats and hens and chicken that we buried in Ogbe Stadium are walking. So we said, the Benin witches that we put in all the 4 corner flags allowed us to score 4 goals. So what happened in the second half? Anyway, second half, look as our Benin witches went to sleep and allowed the Solonian witches to fly in. Either they were asleep or they went to look for palliative or something.
Who showed them the palliative warehouse? I hear it's you.
Well, I have boys on the ground, but they were waiting for a lot for me to get my share. But
it was in the stadium, in the dressing room.
I mean,
Colin.
Yeah.
You need to fire Gennett Raw.
Pajay, hold on.
Gennett Raw. Enough is enough.
Suleiman.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This guy has been terrible since 2018. I've said this since 2018 World Cup. Enough is enough. Gennett Raw has to go. He set this team up to fail. This is the most talented team we've ever had. And look at how terribly against Sierra Leone. This is ridiculous.
I'm with you, man. It's time for him to.
It's ridiculous. This guy has to go. Man. This guy has to go, man.
Go.
Sierra Leone? Are you kidding me?
We should make it trend on Twitter. No must go.
Pochettino is available.
There is no Nigerian team as talented as this group of players. None.
We don't want him. They're local coaches.
So guys, if we let one person speak at a time, go to Sierra Leone and beat them 4-0.
No, on a very serious note, it's time for him to
return leg.
Breath of ideas. He doesn't know what he's doing, and we're tired. Like since 2018, the team is
team this talented. No way. And
if we go to Sierra Leone and win 4-0, would you still want him to go?
Yes, it's time for him to go. He's got to go. We've seen he doesn't have anything new.
What did the other guy say?
My question is, if we go to Sierra Leone and win 4-0 now, would you still want him to go?
My brother, if I was 6'5", I'll be playing basketball. If wishes were horses, beggars will ride. We're dealing in reality, not probabilities. You're giving us probabilities. I don't want to deal in probabilities. I want to deal in reality. I don't deal in probabilities. I deal in reality. This guy is terrible as a manager.
Now he switched those players.
I don't think the result in Sierra Leone in the next game is going to really make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference.
It's a structural issue that this team has.
Thank you, sir.
So from one game to the other, you can't see the consistency. Then that's a problem. So I mean, this game showed him.
I'm going to say this, and I have to go because I have to prepare for the Morocco versus Central African Republic game. This coach said before the 2018 World Cup that Nigeria's team was too young, that we should give them time. This guy set us up for failure against Croatia. We all saw in the second half against England that Nigerian team, that was the formation that we should have played to play Croatia. He eventually changed that against Iceland. And then we now won the game. We were feeble. We looked feeble against Croatia. Granted, they were a better side. But look at the way we've been setting up. Simon Chukwueze should not be running down the flanks consistently. He should be cutting in. This man should be playing like an Alexis Sanchez for us. Our coach has no tactical adjustment to make to the team. It's time to change this guy. The longer we keep dragging this on, the worse our national team is just going to be. We have too many young, talented players, and this guy has to go. Ahmed Musa looked out of place today. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Benga.
Lineups are coming up right now. Okay. This is the team sheet.
By the way, guys, just before you go, Suleiman is calling the game for being sport in the USA. So that's why because I'm sure they've been giving him grief. Because I know first half he must have been celebrating, and then by second half.
Bro, you have no clue, man. Like my entire crew is like, you guys are killing them. My producer is remote. He's texting me that you guys are killing them. I'm rocking the jersey. Next thing they start coming back. I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, fine. We give them one. We didn't look the part. Two, Sierra Leone. Can anybody name any player outside of Kai Kamara on that team? It's disgraceful.
Emma Fofana can, but let me go to Benga. Benga, you had your hand up since, so let me let you.
My brother. Any Nigerian that is not angry tonight is not a Nigerian. You know why? It's just like we just set ourselves to be going into pains after every match, as long as we have Genetro. It has been on for like 3 years. Once Nigeria plays, we must all go into sober mood after every match because this guy lacks tactical acumen. Once he sets his game, he's so predictable, even in friendly matches. And who does it that even when you're supposed to be preparing for an important match like this, for a team that has not trained together for long, the only thing we saw you doing was inviting the minister and the NFF chairman to be in your training. And in the real match, when you were supposed to make changes, why not bring in the minister and the NFF chairman to come and play? Play that loud. Why not make the minister to come and play?
By the way, I'm seeing reports that said the players that the fans in Benin are booing the players and not letting them leave the stadium. I don't know if that's true. Anyway,
sorry guys, I'm in the car heading to social. Yeah, so I definitely identify with the anger. That's how we're feeling in the first couple of minutes of the game. And the witches of Salone has made us very proud today.
You know, my friend Paje was asking, he said, how many people can name 2 players on Sierra Leone? You know?
Honestly, this team, I even
Emma might not even be able to, exactly. Emma might not
no,
even be
honestly,
able to name them.
I don't follow them. Let me ask my driver. Is how many people where they play na the game, na the Salon team, Lone Star? You know, Sabi their name. Even my driver doesn't know their name. So it's not really a strong team locally, so they get in support from small fan base. But, they haven't been really popular.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Emma. Let's not. I know you're on the road. Let me see. Boluwaji, you're the only one who has not spoken so far. Boluwaji, go ahead.
It's really a shocking game this evening from the Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Lone Stars. I've always complained about. Let me start this way. I've always complained about Genetro tactically, how he sets up his team, in games in the past. And also the calibers of players that he invites for the games, and yeah, we are seeing it today, and we've seen for the past 2 hours now. Really, not the kind of game, not the kind of result we do expect. Fine, I was expecting 3 points, but it's just unfortunate that we couldn't just hold up a 4-goal lead. To concede 4 goals, 3 goals in the second half. You go before the first half. This is all boiled down to the mentality of the players. I don't know what the board, the Genetro board is really doing concerning this in the past. It's really a sad game for me. I never expected this. Even though I complained about how the way the Genetro set up his team, this is just the worst of all.
Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. We've been talking about how this is done, this is that. Isn't there any positive at all to take from Paje? Isn't there any positive at all? Oh no, hold on. Let me start with David. David, quickly. Is there a positive that we can take from here?
No, not positive whatsoever.
We scored 4 goals in the first half. How is that not a positive?
No positive whatsoever, total shambles. I think this is a sort of game that can demoralize players. I won't be surprised if we lose to Sierra Leone 4 days later in Freetown. I wouldn't be surprised.
Paje, is there any positive you can take? We scored 4 goals. I'm still saying it.
Yeah. I mean, despite the result, I think there are positives to take from. There are positives and negatives. In the early part of the game, you can see the movement of the football. You can see combinations and individual plays coming together and all that in creating those 4 goals. I mean, you can say now Benin which we carry that it will be long shot enter, but we were doing some things right. The only negative there for me was the fact that it appears the team thought that at 4-0 it was over. It's a football game of 90 minutes. Anybody now, if we watch EPL, you know, even 5 minutes extra time, you're 2-0 up, you're still nervous because anything can happen. And that's what they need to go into the next match with. That, you know what, we are better than this team. We gave up 4 goals. We gave up, whatever we gave up, but if you can come with intensity and please, let the coach should please pick the right players. This is not time to be experimenting. It's like drinking gari and eating boiled egg. No, it's moi moi with Ogi. Please, let's just go with what we and get the job done.
Okay. The positives, the combination of Aribo and Etebo in the first half, that's a positive. At least
no, that wasn't a positive, actually.
I disagree too.
No. Let me explain.
I disagree.
Let me explain. Over the last few matches, the Algeria match, Tunisia match, we've seen the way Genatroy had worked with the midfield, and it's has been shambles. Of which the way they play, you will see a discerning way. The only difference between for the Etebo, why I say the Etebo Aribo is imagine having an Ndidi playing without two. Imagine having an Ndidi playing without two. The fact is that Etebo and Aribo are not defensive midfielders, so there were gaps between them. But imagine having an Ndidi to play with them. That would have been a positive. The way the two of them moved with the ball was good. I think for a very long time, that was a very.
Let's not drag it out. Let's try and make it as quick as possible. Everybody can get a word in.
Then the three of them in the attack. The three of them in the attack. Their movement. That is Oshime, Chukwueze, and Owobi. The movement today was very good, especially in the first half. It was a positive. But every positive in the second half was eroded by the changes the coach made, by the way he changed the tactics, everything. He eroded all the positive we could have seen. He himself eroded it.
Okay, no problem. Let's go. Leman, you've been ranting, so come on, what was any positive that you took out of this?
None whatsoever. I thought that Aribo coming back into the squad was actually a good thing, but just like the last guy said, Aribo and Etebo are not defensive players. So that eventually Sierra Leone was able to take advantage of those gaps. They did once they settled into the game and they realized what was happening, they were able to take advantage of it. Now, here's the issue. If you're the manager and you know that you're missing a player of Wilfred Ndidi's caliber, why not bring in another defensive midfielder to fit in that slot? Why not play that 4-2-3-1 that you've played consistently over time and then try to see if you can enact your will? We didn't do that. Ahmed Musa, no disrespect, was clueless today and out of place completely. Just because he's the captain and he's a senior man doesn't mean you force feed him into the game. You don't do that. It showed that Nigeria did not respect Sierra Leone. Well, Sierra Leone has shown you now that you better respect us, or else you're not gonna get 3 points when you go down to Freetown. I'd say possibly the only positive that I can lean on was Leon Balogun and William Troost-Ekong, the way they held the back line, because once Leon came off, everything just fell apart. Everything practically fell apart. So we need Leon in the return leg.
Yeah, we definitely. I think they were good, until for some reason I think the pitch also contributed, because one, it was dry, two, was holding the ball up, and I had a feeling that the guys were trying not to overextend themselves, in order not to get injured. So I mean, it's not an excuse. I'm just trying to rationalize it a little bit.
We can't use the pitch. We can't use the pitch as an excuse anymore.
So, what positive do you see from this game?
Okay,
I see a lot of talent. For me, that we have talent. We have a lot of good players, and we just need a good coach, to kind of really bind them into a cohesive unit. The point about the midfield was clear. Indeed, it was missed hugely, and nobody could step into his shoes. So, and we need to kind of instill a bit of physicality into our game. We got pushed around a lot by the Sierra Leoneans, but it's a positive for me, definitely. The youth of the team, I see a lot of talent, and also and it keeps coming, especially the diasporan players that are now kind of just trooping to be part of this. So that's a positive. The sad note is losing Osimhen to that injury, hoping that he's not serious as we all saw it, and that he can make a quick recovery. But we have work to do, basically.
Okay. Hitara, you're up.
Okay, yes. The positive I have from this game is that come in Freetown, we are going to win the next game. I don't know how it is. I know a lot of them going to his. No. Remember. We lost to South Africa. Remember, we lost to South Africa. We lost to South Africa. We lost to South Africa in the
The pitch in Freetown doesn't even have grass. Like nothing.
The boys play for Nigeria.
Nigerians are making fun of a team that came back when the ball goes down. Be careful. Be careful.
Hold on. Palumi is up next. Let's take you one after the other.
No, just watch.
You see, the match today, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you watch Nigeria versus Algeria, we played rubbish. Nigeria versus Tunisia, we played rubbish. Today, see, football is simple. How do you want to play 90 minutes without a DM? And at least if a table is going to move with the ball, he has to stay. I coach a church team. I can't put the level out without having my day. I beg them on Friday night. Please make sure you are available tomorrow. At least how do you want to play? 2, Apoguma plays central defense for Offenham. Who plays him in right back? We have Olaina, we have Tyrone Ebue. How do you do that as a coach? Second half, 4-2. You know the boys are under tension. Naturally, you bring a new DM. Help these guys out, stem the flow. Don't let this guy win the battle in the midfield. But the first substitution, another striker. Second substitution, another winger. I don't understand. As if we don't watch this thing week in, week out. It's ridiculous. Preparation aside, is Nigerian. Hello. Is Nigerian.
Your son wants. Let your son talk. He wants to talk.
No, he's gonna mess everything up. He's angry because we were watching it together in the lounge.
Yeah, he's angry. I'll let him talk now. Why are you marginalizing him?
Let the young man talk.
Let the young man talk. We vote for him. We don't want you anymore. We want the young man to talk.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I will come and speak about the match.
Make it talk in pidgin,
no, he's not gonna.
Oh yeah. What's your name?
What's your name?
Okay. Go ahead. It's your turn. You have the floor.
Yeah. What do you say about the Nigeria match?
The Nigeria match was. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know what it was.
Look at the ball. We were in the line together watching it. But the thing is, you have to look at the Super Eagles. Where are we going? If you are a 4 years plan, we are 2 years into it. After the last World Cup, are we making progress or not? You watched Algeria yesterday. Took care of the match. Finished Zimbabwe. Didn't give them any sniff. Finished the match. Even Cameroon. 4-1. Easy. Took care of the match. But Nigeria, number one, I keep saying we don't have a home. We don't have a home match. We keep shifting Super Eagles everywhere. 2, look at the pitch. Is it too hard that we can have at least one pitch of Premier League standard in the whole of Nigeria? At least one pitch. You bring boys on that are played in San Siro, in Emirates, and you bring them on a Monday to play on a Friday. My wife was telling me that this week looks like Cocoyam, what is it called? Cocoyam this thing. Cocoyam farm. And Second half, yeah, because the Sierra Leoneans are
The
used
pitch
to bad
anymore.
pitches.
It's not the
They are used
pitch.
to bad pitches.
Not the
They
pitch.
quickly figured everything out.
Okay, Jude, go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, I'm actually pissed. We shouldn't be discussing Nigeria Sierra Leone. Nigeria leading by 4 goals and conceding 4 goals. We shouldn't be talking about this. We should be embarrassed talking about this. I'm telling you. We should be talking about this all over again. Nigeria against Sierra Leone. Oh, I'm there's no positives for me. None at all. So, that's how pissed I am.
Well, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, the positives. I think Osimhen is one for the future. I think. I mean, the guy is good. You know, he
He's one
showed
for
something.
now. He just. I mean, like
The way he scored the goal. He was the way he ran. You know, towards the 18 was fantastic. I enjoyed that a lot. And then these guys, Etebo and
Aribo,
they did something there. You know, with Iwobi. You know, just like the guy who spoke about the DM, we didn't have a proper DM. And that's where I think Raw failed. You know, he would have done, something to strengthen that midfield, especially in the second half. You know, and he didn't do that. I feel like we lost because of 2 main reasons: the pitch and the tactical, incapability of our coach today. These are the 2 main reasons why we lost. Not Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone didn't really do much, to be honest. You know, yeah, in the second half they came in with that positivity and this, but again, we did not show. We were just, relaxed and just conceding.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, let me start again. I was excited with the first half. I was on the road following scores. I said, okay, let me get home and watch the second half.
You should have stopped after the first half.
You should have stopped exactly after the first half.
I left the thing on the telly and went to go and cook spaghetti.
Please, I want some of that spaghetti.
I think right from the outset, we got everything wrong. COVID-19 protocols wrong, no social distancing, and all of those things. So I criticize the team for that. Today in the first half, they were good. I don't know, complacency crept in like it does in football in the second half. I hope they can turn it around very quickly in Freetown and get the 3 points.
Go ahead. You haven't spoken since, Abi?
I was enjoying. I was entertaining myself by watching.
Okay.
I needed someone to cheer me up. Well, I haven't got much to say. It was quite an embarrassing performance. We went from flying eagles to peri-peri chickens within 90 minutes. That's all I'm saying.
And those man.
Wow. People will not kill me. Anyway.
I just want to tell my Sierra Leone sister that since she said they will plant juju in Freetown, if we don't win in Freetown, we are going to annex Sierra Leone and draw the country to Nigeria.
Okay, why are you watching porn? We can see porn on your screen.
Sorry. I'll personally go. So welcome you.
Colin, let me say something.
You see a welcome face for me, okay? But
Okay.
I can't guarantee for the rest of Salon.
So Colin, I mean, we haven't talked much about Maduka, but I'm really worried. You know, my Dutch relatives, when I told them that Nigeria's starting goalkeeper is from Sparta Rotterdam, they were shocked because that's not even a meaningful team. And he's not even starting for Sparta. So, I mean, I think we've struggled so hard to find a goalie. And Roar is so convinced that we have no goalies in Nigeria that we're in trouble. My other concern is, you know, if we're complaining about the pitch in Benin City, I mean, the pitch in Freetown will probably be worse. And the infrastructure in Sierra Leone, like you land at an airport and then you take a boat for 1 hour to Freetown. These Oyibo boys who've never been to Africa before, who are playing for the first time in Africa, are going to struggle even worse. It's going to be worse. By the time they even get to the pitch, they'll be tired. They'll be so tired. So I'm worried, though. I'm worried.
They might be rowing their own boats.
Yes, we need to pick some boys from the local league, add them, and at least those guys can manage in Sierra Leone. But those Oyibo boys will struggle.
Yeah, but the problem is that the local boys have not played football for almost a year, for like how many months now?
They'll be even better.
Yeah, that's a concern. I mean,
let's ask Emma, because she's going to have the last word before we go. how's your pitch in Freetown like? Is it the kind of pitch that would help you guys to win?
The beach?
Yeah, the pitch.
The pitch. The football pitch.
Oh no, I don't know. I haven't been there for like a long time. I don't know if they upkeep it or not, but I'm guessing usually before a huge game they usually do some landscaping.
Okay, you don't even know if you have a
I heard the place is a farm now.
You don't even know if you have a field in the first place.
Don't expect anything when they're not going to make us comfortable. Just.
All right, guys. I think we've got the roundup. Let me just say thank you.
I have the pitch in front of me. I just Google it. It's not nice. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
they are growing corn there now.
It's not good. I've seen the picture.
Can we see the Morocco game? Can we see the football pitch?
Yeah, we'll look at it. But
maybe we should.
So I've muted everyone. So let me just say thank you to everybody for joining. I didn't plan to make this long, but I mean it became so much fun that fortunately I had to keep it going. I'm gonna put this up on YouTube so you guys can check it out and show your friends. Hey, we ranted and raved about Super Eagles. But anyway, thanks a lot for joining in, and hopefully we can do this again in 4 or 5 days time after. Hopefully we would have gone to Sierra Leone and maybe not lost from 4-0 down. And we hope that things look better and we can move on from there. Once again, thank you everybody for joining and see you again soon.
Thank you guys, and please feel free to reach out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.